Alright, so I just want to do a video on Irzad's Choir gap boost setup. I made some modifications to it. And, so I just tried this setup for the first time today because I'm starting to run glitchless, and in the past, when I was running any percent, not doing this and going for the second fastest strat was only like 12 seconds slower. But in glitchless, the second fastest option is not to boost up to the pipe, which you can't do in glitchless. It's actually to loop, to go to the bridge and loop around, and that's like 20 seconds slower than doing the gap boost. So that's just too much time. But I didn't do it before because, you know, people said it was a very precise setup, and it looked like a lot of people were having issues with it, and it just didn't appear to be that consistent, and I might have been lazy too. But, so the original setup involves getting up against, like pressing against this pillar, looking all the way down with your crosshair in the corner between this line and this line. So with this setup, what you would then do is you would hold W, hold sprint, and do a jump input all at the same time. And on your way down from that initial jump, you want to spam jump. And I think that's not a very good setup. So, there are some issues with that, which I will point out. But after trying that setup for a bit, I found that I was only getting it about half the time, which isn't that bad, by the way. But I realized that, in theory, there are better ways to do this. So I thought about the mechanics, and I realized that when you spam jump on the way down, let's see if I can demonstrate this actually. Okay, so I'll just explain it first. So if you spam jump on the way down, what happens is you can get enough upwards momentum from this that you'll skim over this. You don't want to skim over this because this is where you get your jump from. If you skim over this, you're just going to go right into the pit. You're not going to get a jump off of this. So you don't want to jump when you're over here. You only want to do jumps when you're on here. So I'll first try to do Irzad's original setup, which involves spamming jump all the way down, which I got. And by the way, the funny thing is, I think Irzad's setup actually works better if you spam jump slower. And it makes sense because if you spam jump slower, there's a higher chance that while you're sliding down here, this time fits into the gap of your inputs. And when that happens, that's actually what you want to happen because you don't want to do jumps when you're sliding down that thing. There we go. That was a good example. So what happened there was I got a boost from here and I skimmed over this. I was not able to get a jump off of this. So that is bad. So you don't want, that's bad because you want to get a solid jump off of this to carry you across. If you get a good enough boost here that you're hitting the very edge of it or just missing this entirely and just going right in the pit, you're not going to make it across. So now my modified setup involves, first of all, you can hold down, you guys probably already know this, but you can hold down sprint right now. And then the next thing you want to do is you want to do a jump input and start holding down forwards at the same time, and do a second jump input when the center of your player model passes over this part. So when the center of your player model touches this part, you can try to get a jump. So let's try that. So I can let go of my mouse and I'll just try to do the inputs. As you can hear, I only had to jump twice. Once to do the initial jump to get the height I need to get the boost, and the second jump for after I get the boost, which carries me over the gap. So I'll try to do this again. As you can see, it's, well, okay, I only did it twice, so maybe I gotta do it a few more times. So as you can see, you don't need to spam jump on the way down to do this. Even if you just think about how the mechanics of it works, spamming jump on the way down really doesn't do anything to help you. And also, if you're using scroll wheel, which I switched back to space because for glitchless, I would prefer space. If you're using mouse wheel, just don't spam jump on the way down from your initial jump like this. Like from your initial jump onto the boosty part. Just jump after you've got the boost, and start your scroll when your player model is over this. So you can still do this with the mouse wheel. It's just that you want to remember not to spam space. You don't want to spam jump on the way down. And hopefully this will increase the... it makes it easier. I think the setup actually doesn't need to be as precise for this. And hopefully this increases the consistency. Because I've seen a lot of people just fail this. You know, I'm probably... You know what? Let me just end the video after I fail it at least once. Just to prove a point, I guess. So this is going to be very useful for glitchless because you don't need to spam jump very fast. So space works perfectly. And this trick saves the most time in glitchless. So I think this will be perfect for glitchless. How many times in a row have I done it now? I don't know. Yeah, like, you get the point. And I found that when I do fail this, it's because my setup was bad. Sometimes I rush the setup. Like, I'm gonna try to rush the setup. Just so I can get to... Just so I can fail it. Oh. Just to accelerate the... just to make it more likely that I'll fail it. I'm not... There we go. I actually don't know what happened there. That might have just been... Yeah, okay, so that was weird. So I think I actually did the setup right, but the trick just failed. But anyways, I hope that proves how consistent this is. And I hope this helps you guys get this more consistently and not lose runs to this stupid gap. There we go.